everyone. New stream.
All right, so
I'm TCB.
You're on.
Everyone, go join new stream. Let us know when you're here. I'll be trying to send you all that way. And making sure there's no more chats going on over here.
Sarah, you're on.
I know. I'm talking to my folks. We're chatting about. There's still 8 people over on the other live chat, so I want to send them. Go to new stream, please. How's everybody doing? Now, if everybody is still here, listen, Bob is feeling hella bad.
Oh my God.
That's why it's really nice to have somebody who knows what they're doing to run these things, right?
Can they hear Steven?
Yes.
You can hear me, they can hear me.
Yes, he's being God right now.
Nice. So I have Bob the Cigar Guy and Chief running the show. That's what's up.
I ain't running nothing but in the ditch.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
There's only one person left over on the live chat, and that's probably me. So I'm gonna close that out.
All right, I'm going back to my gardening. I'm leaving you guys alone. So
don't leave us too far.
If you need me, you can't get a hold of me to end the stream. Call me and I'll come back.
I'll do it.
Need you to come get
Thanks, Chief. You saved the day. Dang dongle.
Uh-huh.
All right. So if you are here and you were on the other feed and on the other feed, I applaud you for hanging in there with us today.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all.
I did open this up while we were off camera again.
Stephen put Mac Bergson up for sure, but I got to tell you, Chief does. That's why it's called Chief, Editor-in-Chief, right? I mean, this is not my wheelhouse, so.
So I am going to be pressed for time, so I'm going to go through some of my notes just so your time here today has not been wasted.
Oh my gosh!
All right, we left off with the Tampa cigar because we were talking about the lectors in Cuba and how they brought over that tradition into the United States and how some of that really built their culture. And we're always happy to, build our culture over here in the United States. But anyway, I wanted to get to the little cowboy hat keychain. I think these are cute and adorable. I have one in my purse. And one of the things my grandkids do is they put these little keychains and baubles and stuff all over their book bags. And so this is a well-rounded gift. But this is a $50. So you'll always have money in your pocket if you got this hanging around. But that, your one-of-a-kind hat trick gift, you can only get it here today. And it's going to come attached to this little Tampa cigar. So tell me about some Cuban wrappers. What's the difference, Bob the Cigar Guy, with a Cuban wrapper? Like, what makes it special? What makes the cigar making experience even like unique to Cuba?
Well, the Cuban soil, one thing, even though the Cuban soil is not what the Cuban soil used to be because they're not taking care of it, but also it is a shade covered. That's why you have shade cigars, because Cuba is just under natural cloud cover almost always.
If you hear someone say shade grown, that's an actual thing.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Thinner wrapper, usually sweeter, and it's not good to smoke in the wintertime because it'll bust. But
if I walk into a humidor and I say, hey, I want a shade grown cigar, what is that person going to do? What are they going to show me?
They're going to show you a lighter wrap cigar, a cigar that's got a very light wrapper. Usually a lighter wrap cigar is, what are you looking for?
A lighter wrap cigar. They're not in this giveaway.
It's in the Cubans are all lighter wrapper, but that box is still closed.
For your protection.
But here's a box of the ones that I've already opened. There's one in there at least, I think.
Thank you. So if you go in and you can't think of any names off the bat, because we do have access to some lighter wrapper cigars, to shade grown cigars. So apparently there's a region in Cuba that is mostly covered by clouds, and that is where they grow this shade grown tobacco. Anyway, that's kind of, I don't know if you can see that. My lighting, it still looks dark. Anyway, that's okay. There are lighter wrappers, and a lot of times those are your shade grown wrappers. So that's one thing that is unique to Cuba, is that one of the things I think that makes them so good is their soil. If you were to go anywhere and you wanted to purchase a Cuban cigar, you're going to get an earthy, creamy, oh, that's a good example. Here we go. There we go. So this is the lighter shade grown versus a dark wrapper. So this one is going to be a heavier smoke than this one is going to be. So if you are with someone who's just kind of started out in the cigar world, if you go in and all you do is look for color, go with the lighter, because it's going to be just an easier smoke. Because I guess getting into smoking cigars, there's a learning curve, right?
There is a huge learning curve.
And I would say some of that's probably going to start with this right here, and saying, okay, if I'm going to start something out, like, let me go start out with a white wine, Zinfandel, instead of a, straight on the rocks bourbon. All right. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that help out right there. So if I go in and I say, hey, we're going to jump regions and we're going to go to Nicaragua. And I say, hey, I would like a Nicaraguan cigar. Am I going to have choices here in the United States? Bob?
Ma'am, I'm trying to deal with some stuff. What was your question? I'm sorry. I'm sitting here. I'm getting messages from Chief telling me the audio screwed up because I keep banging things around. So I'm trying to fix that. And so I'm not paying attention to your lovely dulcet tones.
I was
What was the
saying,
question?
I don't even know. It was something about, if I go into a humidor and I say, hey, I'd like something from Nicaragua, am I going to have a lot of choices?
Yes, huge. Nicaragua is huge. Everybody loves Nicaragua. The Nicaraguan cigars that's what everybody wants right now.
So if you go in and you say, hey, I'd like a Nicaraguan cigar, they're going to look at you and go, oh, well, you have this whole room to look for.
Pretty much.
So now we can get back down into, okay, well, I want a Nicaraguan cigar that is light wrapper. What might my choices be, babe?
You have a lot of, that's funny. You have a lot of lighter wrappers. You have many companies that come with light wrappers. Okay, let's get nerdy for a second. Out of 80% of all cigars in the world are purchased and smoked in the United States of America. In the
80%?
80%
In the world?
In the world,
wow.
Yes. The United States of America, the last census said 3% of Americans consider themselves cigar smokers. Out of that 3% of Americans, over 80 to 90% of the people that consider themselves cigar smokers smoke less than 5 cigars a year. That would be a golf outing, guys get together, a bachelor party, sitting around a bonfire, hanging out with friends. Say, hey, I'd like to try a cigar, and somebody brought some cigars. On a golf course, most of those cigars that those people smoke, because they don't smoke a lot, they want a lighter cigar that doesn't have as much strength and as much power to it, which is a darker wrap cigar. So those would be your Connecticut shade cigars. So more Connecticut shade cigars are sold by volume than any other blend of cigars.
And those are going to be grown right here in Connecticut?
You have the Connecticut shade, but the Connecticut seed went to Nicaragua, the Dominican Republic, Mexico.
So from what I'm understanding,
Cuba has a light seed. The original shade seed came from Cuba.
From what I'm understanding is that Nicaraguan cigars are spicy and bold because of the volcanic soil that they're grown.
It's a lot. It's elevations, it's climate, it's soil, it's sun. Fireborn said light wrapper cigars are generally more mild, but it really depends on the fillers and binder.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get surprised, so it helps to always look up what you're about to buy or ask. That is the truth. About 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of manufacturers came out with what I call Shade Plus. Usually, if you get a shade wrapper, it's going to be a light blend, but now they're starting to add spicier, pepperier, heavier, leatherier fillers. You have one right there. Actually, you have a shade cigar, the 20 Acre Farm. It's the one with the red tip on the bottom.
This is going to be in our giveaway pack
that
today.
That is a shade cigar, but it's got the FSG tobacco in it, and it's got some spice, some pepper, some leather.
And you can see, here's the wrapper color up here. Right. So it's a lighter color cigar. So if I walk into a humidor and I say, hey, I want a Dominican cigar, what might my choices be? Are we as fruitful as Nicaragua with the Dominican?
A lot of Dominicans are in your blends, in your binders and fillers, not as much as in your wrappers.
Yeah, so this like the tip I have on here, like if you walk in and you know your cigar smoker is new or they don't like a real heavy cigar, you can go in and say, hey, I'd like to get a Dominican, a mainly Dominican cigar, because that's going to be more smooth, more mild, maybe a little sweet. Right. And so, hey, I walk in Dominican.
One of the cigars in the giveaway today is that yellow band, top and bottom band, the Carita Dominican Republic by Villiger, which the wrapper's Ecuadorian, the binder's Indonesian, and the filler is Dominican Republic. This one with the yellow band? Yes.
The Dominican Republic.
That's the Carita. Right, but the filler's Dominican Republic, not the binder or the wrapper. Dominican Republic leaves are not as pretty as some of the other leaves. They're a little more veiny, they're a little bit more rugged, they're a little bit more of a cheroot kind of look. So it fits well in filler.
Let me pull out this Fubin again, and I'll show you kind of what he's talking about, because you can really see it in this cigar when he's talking about the leaves and the so you can see like how veiny that wrapper is. So the wrapper, just a little bit of information for non-cigar smokers, the wrapper is what's on the outside of the cigar. When Bob first started smoking cigars, like, I did not know and understand that there are like 3 parts to building a cigar. You have the binder, the filler, and the wrapper,
and the cap.
And then the cap, because the cap is also not all one leaf. And so I just thought, you rolled a tobacco leaf, you got all, like, I'm a cook, and so like I will devein greens and put them in the pot to cook. So I'm just thinking like maybe they go in and cut out all the big veins, they use that, they wrap it, roll it, and then boom, you have the cigar. That is not true. So there are, and this I think is one of the reasons I think cigar people really enjoy cigars, is because you can change out all that stuff and get a whole brand new cigar, and those flavors, like, they're gonna change because of temperature, because it had more sun or less water, or because it was cold, in a cold snap or whatever. We don't want to put that over in the cigar giveaway.
Making poor decisions. My good friend Lane, he just actually came out to the shop yesterday and hung out for a couple hours. And he is the national rep for Altura cigars, and I did a review of one of those cigars, which happened to be a Dominican puro, which is a word you haven't got into yet.
That's true, and that is when a cigar comes from one location, right?
One country.
The binder, filler, wrapper, cap all come from one country. Correct. So even if all you did is walk into a humidor and say, "Hey, I would like a puro cigar,"
and they'll have it.
They should be able to walk over and pick out a puro. And if you go, hey, what is a puro? And they don't come back with, oh, it means the wrapper, binder, filler, and cap all came from the same country, then you can say, that's not what I heard from the first lady.
In the giveaway, we only have one puro.
What is that?
Is that Cohiba. The box in front of you. The nice,
pretty. Oh, this one.
That's right.
This one.
So those are
all from Cuba.
And if you want to sound fancy when you go into the humidor asking for those cigars, it is spelled Puro, but you can make it sound like puro, right?
But now, you don't really roll that R.
In Nicaragua, the term puro is actually means any cigar, but every other part of the country, every other part of the world, puro means just from one country, cigar from one country.
So if I walk in, I'm going to go, I want a puro.
They'll still.
So
they'll
they should
adjust.
know what it is. And if they can decipher Southern lady slang, I want me a Puro.
And there are very few poodles that I like because you get all notes from that country. It's if you start making blends, which they have blends all over the place now. American cigar smokers demand them. You get all sorts of different flavor profiles and get all sorts of different flavors.
All right, so we have the big 50-cent hat, and now we got the little bitty baby hat. What is that? A quarter?
It's a quarter.
It's
South
a
Carolina
quarter. That's a South Carolina quarter. Thank you for visiting the studios in South Carolina. But what is that attached to? You ask?
Pappy Van Winkle barrel fermented. One of my
Pappy
favorite cigars
Van
ever.
Winkle. So another thing that you can do with cigars, and okay, so this is kind of going to go, and I don't know if this is cigar tradition or history from the United States, Perique. Perique tobacco, which goes in pipes from what I understand, but they've brought it to the Pappy Van Winkle.
Well, that tobacco, the black part on top, is called the Tapa Negra. That is done at the Kentucky. You go to Kentucky Barn Smoker. That is the Kentucky fire cured tobacco sent down to be processed, which means it's put in the Pappy Van Winkle barrels, and it is under extreme pressure for 18 months to 2 years. It is not considered Perique tobacco because Perique tobacco only comes from the fields in Louisiana, and then it's brought through the Perique process. So we call that Perique processed Kentucky fire cured tobacco Tapa Negra.
So if you want to go into a cigar lounge and buy your significant other a cigar that really the process can only be done right here in the United States, you can use the word Perique, and they should be able to send you right over here to Mr. Pappy Van Winkle. And Perique is a process as well, isn't it? Is the Perique a process, or is it just the region? Is it just?
It has to be the region. It's like champagne, right? You can only have champagne in a special place in Champagne, France. Everything else is sparkling wine. The champagne, the Perique process, the tobacco has to come from that area in Louisiana. And what happened is the indigenous people would take the tobacco and they would put it in cedar stumps and put rocks on top of it and allow it to ferment for a couple of years. And then they would roll it and make their own cigars. Well, you can't do that in cedar stumps now. You have quality control. So they use very large railroad jacks and barrels. And the Pappy Van Winkle is done in Pappy Van Winkle barrels. And like you said earlier, most Perique tobacco comes in the form of pipe tobacco. It's very strong. It's very unctuous. It's very delicious. Pappy Van Winkle is one of my.
That's a $10 word right there, unctuous. Well, and if you are
then spell it.
Or cigar adjacent, and you go with your significant other to a barn smoker, you can have the opportunity to meet the man who, and I'm just going to say it, like I may not be right, but I'm just going to say, who single-handedly revived and kept the Perique tradition alive in the United States.
He's the only Perique factory that I know.
And I'm pretty sure that I read an article about Mark Ryan in a tobacco magazine where he was highlighted, and like, had he not stepped in and said, wait a minute, we're about to lose this tradition, like had he not stepped in and said, I'll do it, that would be gone. Like that wouldn't be a thing. And your Pappy Van Winkle that a lot of cigar smokers want to smoke would not be here.
He had a pipe tobacco company called Daughters and Ryan, one of the big four.
But he goes to the barn smokers and he mans the Pappy Van Winkle engagement center, and just a lovely man. And if you had questions, like I think he would legit want to sit there and tell you something about it. I really enjoy him and Emily whenever I go to the barn smokers, because I'm not a cigar smoker. And so I'm not, smoking and trying to go and do the learning stations, but I love people. And so I meet the fringe folks. All right. What about Honduras and Mexico? We are we are almost out of time, y'all. If we stick to an hour show, I've got like 4.5 minutes left. Honduras and
You've only got
Mexico.
19.5 minutes on this live stream.
Honduras and Mexico, stronger, rustic, peppery. I mean, if all you remember is jalapeno from Mexico, spicy. If you go in and say, hey, I would like a spicy Mexican, not a person. Don't ask for the spicy Mexican person.
The Sin Compromiso over there, the blue one with the green one with the cross on it.
That
is a Mexican San Andreas Kappa, and that Kappa is the wrapper, and that is why it has a coin. It's a 1 ounce Aztec looking calendar copper round,
which is really, I think it's really kind of pretty. I'm going to try to let you guys see it. So this is also something made to accompany our gifts that go with.
First Lady had me working.
I did, y'all. It's going to come with that. But you can only get that here, folks. You're not going to walk into a cigar humidor or any store or any sale or any function and get that. You're not going to do it. You can only get it here. And that's why I'm giving it to you, because I think you guys are special and you guys should only get the one-of-a-kind things. Another thing that I asked Bob to do that I would like to highlight, and these are kind of cool. So this is, I don't want to tear up the cigar. We made our own little cigar band. And this one is from Brazil.
Because that cigar is Herrera Esteli Brazil Maduro.
Brazil. And I'm trying not to touch the cap because you're going to get this unwrapped, and I've touched it with my hands. I promise they're clean. But you get this little cigar band, and you can turn that into a ring, or you can set it on your dresser or hook it to a keychain or put it on a necklace or whatever you want. But that is highlighting our Brazilian folks and family in the cigar industry. And then this one, which I personally think is really cool. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the Undercrown. Where does it come from?
That is the Undercrown 10 Anniversario. And it is, let me get my notes. The Undercrown 10 Drew Estate, Mexican San Andreas wrapper.
Mexico.
The binder is United States, Connecticut broadleaf, and the filler is Nicaragua.
All right, so Nicaragua, spicy bold, right?
Right.
So that cigar is going to be a little bit more spicy, a little bit more bold, because that is what is in the cigar. But let me show you the little cigar rest that Bob made to go with the Undercrown. You will see part of the logo. I don't know if you can see it. Is an upside down crown. So the cigar rest has an upside down crown.
Yeah, that came out pretty
So when you or your significant other is smoking it, you can rest your Undercrown in the Undercrown cigar rest. So that's going to come with that bad boy. And again, you're not going to get that anywhere else but here. I mean, unless somebody knocks us off, and then, things like that happen. You get a little knockoff something, and
Do it.
then we just go, thank you. All right, and then this one is, we don't know any information about this one. I don't. This is the leather rose. I think I put it back in backwards.
It's infused with pipe tobacco, but it's aromatic pipe tobacco.
All right, but it is going to come with this cigar rest that has, I don't think I'm going to try. No, it's the band is all roses. There it is. So the band on that is all roses, and it's notched out so that you can rest your cigar on it while you are smoking it. So these are just little things like that we have included in our Cigars Around the World giveaway, just to make them just that much more special. So not only are you getting the different regions, so whether you or you gift these, however you do these things. Hey, our hour is up. However you do those, you will have some added extras that last long after the cigar is gone. You will have these little things. So like if you get this giveaway pack and you walk in to the humidor and you've got the cigar rest and you go, oh, that's got the undercrown on it, you can ask for an undercrown. Or if you have this cigar rest in your pocket and you go, oh, that's the rose. And I think if you probably walked in and you said, hey, I need the rose cigar,
People would know.
yeah. So you're good on that. And if you walk in with your Brazil ring, you go, hey, I'd like to get a cigar from Brazil. They should be able to help you out.
Brazilian Mata Fina. I love the name of that.
What does that mean?
Nicaragua, but the tobacco has Brazil.
There's a variety of tobacco from Brazil, and it's called the Mata Fina, and I love it.
All right. So I know Bob has been really working hard over there, keeping up with everybody who has commented and engaged in our show today, because that is the way that we're putting your name in the hat for the drawing of all of Bob's stuff. So when I told you he was feeling really, really guilty, like hella guilty,
God,
let me show you.
You said hella guilty. Oh my God.
Let me
It's a family show here, First Lady. For goodness sakes.
Let me show you what he threw in. Since we are we on feed 4 or 3? 4? Whatever now. So tell me what this beautiful paleo is right
That
here,
is
Bob.
a paleo clear lighter
Clear.
that looks like this without the branding. But it's a
We're in the
smoke
third month,
clear
by the
lighter.
It looks like this.
Fantastic lighter, quad. It holds enough fuel to run 150 cigars. Fantastic and phenomenal.
Or maybe you could light your fire pit with it.
It's a cigar show,
Or
not a
your
fire pit show.
stove.
For God's sake.
Huh. All right, and then I love this logo by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. I don't know how, like, I know Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, DTT. So they're from, where do they live?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. And I know that they're a smaller boutique cigar place.
They are
but, like,
not boutique.
I think
They are
that
not
if
boutique. They are
you,
not boutique.
as a non-cigar smoker, walk around with a DTT hat, like, whoever is a cigar smoker is going to notice that. And they're going to be like, oh, wait, I see you. And you can be like, that's right. Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. All right. So anyway, he threw in the hat.
But wait, there's more.
Let's see. Oh, is this a DTT?
Yes.
This, I love these mugs.
Brand
Y'all,
hammer new.
I have
Just
not,
got it
I didn't
last
even
week.
see this. I
Just
did
got it
not
last-
even
no,
see it.
I just got it. If you see it, you take it. I had to.
So these are not out there, y'all.
Brand hammer new.
Like, I have 2 of the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust mugs. Do I have 3?
Nope.
2 are the same though, aren't they?
Nope.
No? Well, I was thinking they were. But anyway, I will throw out a coffee mug just to keep these in my cabinet. Like, I love these mugs. They are heavy and sturdy. They keep your coffee hot for a lot longer than a regular coffee cup. And this one is really
It actually makes
pretty.
your coffee taste better.
We are not legally held liable to those descriptors.
That's a Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust brand right there. So apparently you ain't getting this anywhere other than here, or if the Saka Swatch himself gives it to you.
It's just going out
That's
to
unclear.
now.
We don't know how else you can get them.
One day, but not today.
Get them at least here.
Today, you can get it from me right here. So if you haven't commented and you've been hanging out for a while, you need to go comment, because that is how your name is going to get put into this giveaway. All right. So this is
That's painful. I felt really bad. I felt really bad.
I would not even ask you to give this away. I'm just going to let you guys know. I would not ask Bob the Cigar Guy.
You can't get that anymore. That was in
To give
Dallas.
this
That was
away.
only released in Dallas for the Dallas DE25 giveaway.
Tell me, what do you guys think it is? I don't think I peeked it up on the screen. Tell me what you think it is. I have seen people selling these things on even on the Drew Estate Facebook page, people will go on and sell the Drew Estate swag that they got. And not for cheap.
No,
I don't
they
even
go for hundreds of dollars.
I don't even know. Can you even get it on eBay anymore? Are people still
People
selling
don't-
them on
no,
eBay?
they don't. There weren't many made.
All
They're
right.
made just for the event.
So if you are not a cigar smoker and you are like on the fringe and you have this, number one, you could probably make a little cheddar if you needed it. But number two, it's going to be like those cigar smokers they are the ones who recognize this. They will see that and be like, you have that? How'd you get that? Like, this is one of those things. Like, maybe you leave it in the box
This is
for
out of my personal collection.
maybe you leave it in the box for a while and let it gain equity. What did everybody say? What do they think it is? Have they said?
Yes,
Bob, are
people
you paying
say-
attention?
People say it could be some for DE4L. Some people are saying it's chalices, and no,
Oh,
chalices. But nobody has said what this is. Deadwood
Nobody's-
coffin. Some people are saying spray can lighters.
mm-mm,
Power
Not
humidor. No,
today.
but
not today. All right. You guys ready to see it? Here it is. Do you want to ring the bells?
yes.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. It's the bigger love of the family.
I'm dying over here. I'm dying over here, you guys. As soon as that popped up, oh my gosh, I've been sitting over here the entire length of that commercial.
That's stupid.
Thank you for the comedic B-roll advertisement, Chief.
Yeah.
That was
Chief says, no,
hilarious.
can't give it away.
Ah, that was hilarious. All right. I'm just, I'm dumbfounded by it. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is, y'all.
You can't get that.
This.
They'll never make those again.
You
It actually
could
says
not.
it actually says on the side of the box, I think it says Savage Feast.
It does.
It,
It says
even if they made gold ones again, it would not say
a
Savage,
Savage
Feast.
Feast.
Yeah, you can't ever get that again. That's it.
Even the box is just nice. And y'all, look, Bob sets this up and nobody touches it. And here's how I can tell you nobody touches it, because I just touched it.
No, that's my personal. That's out of my personal.
See, the
bag.
the fingerprints are mine
Chief and I have
from
things,
the dusty.
Chief and I have
top.
things that are for the channel, and then we have our own personal things that we just kind of
Yep.
handpicked, and that is one of the things.
So
that's in my
if
collection.
you are watching, if you stumble upon this
No,
final
we just went next
thread,
level.
if you stumble upon this and it's not live, you missed out. And I am
want
so
that before I
sad.
went in Cubans.
Really?
Yeah.
I am so sad that you would have missed out, because that means you didn't join us live, and we're here for the live folk. We like to be alive and
I
kicking.
paid for my screw ups.
I'm so sorry that we did have a huge
Jeremy Smith
snafu.
knows.
But you know what? That's the way we roll. We roll here. We are a mom and pop family.
And Chief.
Well, that's the family. But you and I are the mom and the pop and family show. And it is what it is. We are not editing this show out. And that's this is how you know we're not. So what you see is what you get. And I hope that what you see you enjoy. And I hope that what you get you enjoy even more.
All right, so we have 40 concurrent viewers right now.
Awesome. Well,
40 concurrent
if
viewers.
you are here and you have not commented, you have to comment, because that's the way Bob knows
Right.
to write your name down, your screen name down, to throw you in the hat in order to be eligible to win live here on this show. And if
42,
you
and
are
I'm about
here,
to read off.
and
When you're ready for me,
am
I'm going
great.
to read off the names
all right.
of the ones I already have. So if anybody is here and they don't hear their name, then you have a chance to comment.
So do they need to listen quick?
Yes.
All right, it's going to go quick. If you don't hear your name, but wait until he's done talking. If you don't hear your name, then you need to comment and say, I'm here, put my name in.
And please, if you hear your name twice, be honest and say you got me twice. And I mean, that's just kindness. That's
And while you're reading out the names, I'm going to show the rest of the stuff that's going in this giveaway.
All right. So pay attention. Opie Drums, David Lee, Jonathan Fields, Jay Bates, Robert Cash, Chris Daugherty, Blitzkrieg, Larry Holt, Diana Burns, John Jensen, Fireborn, Steve Harvey, Michael Z, Steel Bob 3, Matt Brugger, Mackie Bergson, Making Poor Decisions, Brett Kelly, Ron Maggio, glad I saw that Brett Kelly, you were there twice, buddy. Ronald Smith, William Ralston, Gary Zanstra, Matthew Eichinger, I hope I said that right, Charles Adamson, Chris Daugherty, Daniel Perry, Jonathan Fields, Sarah Ralston, Chris Werner, Barber and Cigar Company, that's Sammy Flo, Edward Valencia, Jonathan Fields, I think I might have said your name twice, Matt Brugger, David Lee, Jeremy Smith, Michael Lanier, Racing RC, Dan Burns, Pneumonia, Tiffany, Mike Strasberg, Marty C, Peter Giannis, Larry Holt, John Jensen, Eric D, Hunter Otts, and Texas Taurus. Now, Matt Berger entered twice, okay. Man, I gotta find you. I'll find you. All right, so you have to be 21. You have to live in the continental U.S. If you don't live in the continental U.S. and you want to win, you're just going to have to pay the shipping.
That's the actual shipping, nothing on top of it, just the actual. I'm trying to stack these so that people can see.
You also have to email me at rgfinley70@gmail.com within a week. No, within 2 days.
I was going to say, let's keep that shorter. All right, so that email address is rgfinley70 If you did not hear your name and you are here, please let Bob know in a comment that you are here and would like to be entered. So, I don't know if you can see the stack of cigars. I don't think you can. And just out of like abundance of I don't want to do anything to mess up this feed, I'm not going to touch the camera. So, again, I would like to thank Dan and Diana Burns for sending us this very lovely pocket knife and ring from William Henry. I think William Henry, and I keep hearing Bob say it, is like heirloom quality stuff. And so this is something that not only you could enjoy, but it might be something that you are like, you know what, your grandkids, and your grandkids have seen you use it, and it becomes one of those things that you pass down generationally. That is like a special thing, because I can't tell you, like here in the South, I don't know how it is up in the North. Like our pocket knives, a big deal, but like, excuse me, down here, if you ain't got a pocket knife, where you from, boy?
You got your pants on?
Right.
Alacock, I got you, buddy.
And then I saved this for kind of last, and I'm gonna try to put it together.
And
because
that stuff is heirloom quality, by the way. The William Henry stuff is amazing. It's stuff your kids are gonna fight for when you die. I'm just gonna say it.
this is also another thing that you will not get anywhere, and that is this cigar rest. And I reckon you can put it this way if you have a bigger cigar. No? Oh, because of the ring?
Yeah, you got it backwards.
Or what you mean?
Flip it around because the logo sticks out.
Yeah, no. I realize it doesn't go this way.
Yes.
Okay.
Master's degree,
You remember remember the whole, if they don't find you handsome, they need to find you handy?
Here's the sign.
You're not gonna find me handsome or handy.
Good thing you find us for all good.
All right. And so anyway, you are not going to get this anywhere either. And this is, what is this made out of, Bob?
Stainless steel.
It's this little stainless steel. It's really not little. It's a good little size. Keeping your, it's substantial. Keep in your pocket, or you throw it in your truck, or your glove box, or in your middle console. And that's just going to be there. And that way, if you head out somewhere and you don't want to lay your cigar on the table, instead, you want it to.
Pneumonia says, "Do I have to work at NASA to figure that thing out?"
You might want to practice with it before you take it out, so that you don't look like I just did live trying to put it together.
Some people had asked about those cigar rests. I've done the cigar rest with the Eisenhower dollars. For Sarah wanted me to do something big and something amazing, and so I have some of these rests. But I thought with the roses, that would be a great leather rose thing. And then with the undercrown, I did the undercrown one as well. So if you're interested in something like that, I've never done it before. These are the first ones I've ever done. Hit me up on the side.
But they have these, I don't know that you can see, they have these little notches. Like, yeah, there you go. He's put these little notches in the top, so that your cigar can rest in it and not roll off. But I know that, Bob, you've made some custom things for people who have sent you coins that they were collected. Maybe they were passed down by their grandparents, and they're like, well, these coins are just sitting here. I don't want to get rid of them. How could I use it? And so Bob has made rings out of the coins, and that's what you got on one of these. It's one of, like, you can turn this into a ring. It's not the cigar rest. Let me move these. Just a reminder, because I'm wrapping it up and I'm trying to dig out the ring.
Don't leave. People are leaving for some reason.
Don't leave.
Don't leave, because you have
no,
to be present.
You have to be here to win.
If you don't say I'm here, you don't get it. Somebody else will take your stuff.
I'm trying to find the one with it's the Brazil one.
Blue wrapper.
This one. You can take that off.
Easy.
I am. I promise. And then you can then turn that into, like a ring to wear. So I would not, just because I don't wear rings on a bunch of my fingers, but this one is too big for me. But
I'm making this out, ain't you?
Finger green, you leave it on too long.
Don't leave it on too long. Leave it on your cigar. Okay. All right. Are we ready?
If you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready. So Bob has dutifully written down everyone's name, called out the names. If you were not called out, you were supposed to let us know that your name did not get called out.
John Burnett, did I call out your name?
If you are not here because you gave us your name, you commented, and then you dipped, I'm sorry. You don't get a chance. If you're not here and you don't respond right away that your name was called, we're going to pull the next name. How many seconds are we going to give them? We're going to give them like, oh,
Where'd it go?
Oh, it's over here. I got it.
Where'd the first lady go? There she is.
I got it. All right. So you
It's
have
rigged. It's
to on
rigged.
the show live in order to win it.
You're in
So,
now, Mr. Burnett. We'll give you at least a minute because there's lags between different people's
all right.
internet time.
And
So,
I'll just sit back here and pop names, shake names.
Camping Cigar is trying to get in the blend. He can't get in the game because you won in January.
Oh!
But I'll tell you what, it'll be 3 months. You can enter in April. By the way, just to let y'all know, April is going to be delayed again because we have PCA.
And I get to go.
I don't know if it'll be week 3 or week 4 because once PCA is over, the first lady and I will be taking our time to meander back.
But I will tell you, speaking of Mark Ryan, because PCA is held in New Orleans this year, you and I are possibly going to meet up with them and maybe go to dinner or visit, because that's something that, listen, when I tell you I like people, I like people. Bob will go somewhere for all the cigar stuff. I'm going to hang out with all the other folks and talk and chit chat, and even all the cigar smokers. Like everyone who knows me knows that I will talk to you.
So are you giving away, did you put some skin in the game? Are you giving away your horse?
No.
I mean, it's in the shot.
No.
It's in the shot. You're giving away all of my stuff. They can't have the horse. All right,
Not
y'all leave
yet.
comments real quick.
Not yet.
That you want the horse. We've
No.
got 39 people on. If 21 people say the horse, you just type in the word horse. 21 people say horse, First Lady will have to give away that little horsey. All right, so there's one.
I cannot hate Bob the cigar guy because I do that to him all the
There's
time.
one with the horse.
Just one
Come
person
on,
wants
come on.
the
I
horse.
want 21. Horse 2. Horse 3. We got 3. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. 4, 5. Thank you, everybody. Oh, come on. Come on, come on.
I will give you guys a little
Mac, you said
sneak-
horse, it counts even though you're trying to be out of it. So that's 6, 7.
a little sneaky
Come on,
peeky.
come on, come on, come on, come on.
Bob the
We gotta
cigar
get 21,
guy
8.
has
9,
graciously
10.
offered to get First Lady swag stickers
Come on.
again. It will be the
Come
second
on.
gen stickers. I don't even know what they
11.
look like.
We got 11. We just need 10 more.
They don't want the horse. The horse
Come
is
on.
a
come
horse is a horse,
on,
of course,
come
of
on.
course, until it's not.
What's your horse's name?
I don't. He doesn't have a name.
Good. The new owner can name it.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. She got more horses. It ain't her only horse, all right? She got tons of freaking horses. 12. We got 12. 13. There we go, Brian. Thank you for jumping in. 14 with Chris with the Caballeros. I think I said that right.
Caballos.
Come on. It's named Clip Clop. That's funny. I'm going to count that as 16. Name it Steve. No, I can't add you, Jonathan. Again, David Lee, 17. We're at 17. We got 4 more. Camping Cigar said 14. I already said 4. And Michael Lanier said, so that's 18. We're 3 away. Come on. Let's finish this thing. Let's
All right.
finish it. Mr. Ed Horse, that's 19. We got 2 more. Okay, fine. Horse Pneumonia. Thank you for chiming in. Gary Zandra said horse, that's 21. First Lady, Mr. Ed, has got to give that stuff away. The horsey goes with it.
I might sign it for you.
Love it.
All right. Are we ready?
We are. I'm
All
happy
right. Here we
now.
go. I have.
Full one. Just
I
one.
will only pull one. I have one right here in my hand.
Hope you can read it.
I can't see. Michael Z.
Michael Zakovic, my man. Congratulations. You won all that stuff.
Michael
plus the
Z,
First
are
Lady's
you
pony.
here? Is Michael Z here?
Yeah, you better be here. Oh, man, that
Michael
would
Z,
suck. That would suck.
are you here? If you're here, you better do everything you can
He's here.
today.
He's here. Now comes the congratulations, and then comes the food.
Congratulations, Michael. You listen, this is the biggest giveaway
Crazy.
I have done ever, just on my own. So I'm excited for you. I hope that you have some people that you can share this with. I hope that if you don't share it, you enjoy it all to yourself. I'm gonna be watching for your name on the Drew estate and all the.
Michael Z says my mother-in-law will love the horse.
Oh, nice, very good. But if I see your name next to this flying pig, we gonna know something. Anyway, I hope you all had a great time. My next show, let's talk about it. It will not be on the third Saturday in April. It will be, oh no, wait, the second Saturday in April. It will be the third
Or fourth.
or fourth. I'm not quite sure what day, but we are going to be talking about, wait a minute, the essentials of cigar accessories. So if you are a shop owner or a brand manager or any of those things, and you have accessories that you would like to send to me to give away your stuff, just send it to us. And that reach out to Bob, the cigar guy, and you will reach out to him at his email, which is rgfinley70 If you have stuff just like Dan and Diana Burns reached out to Bob and said, hey, we've got something we would like to include in your next giveaway, please do it. I love giving stuff away.
Thank you so much to Dan and Diana for that.
Absolutely.
Dan actually built that knife. He is one of the knife makers from William Henry.
That's awesome.
And that stuff is heirloom quality.
It's really
it
cool.
was hard to be able to let that thing go. I was going to say it was lost in shipping, and I was going to keep it myself on the pound.
No. But anyway, next month's show, essentials of cigar accessories, tools that enhance the cigar smokers and the non-cigar smokers experience, because we're gonna have to get into that.
On third Saturday.
I need to take me to a cigar party or a party where they're smoking, or the barn smoker. Like what goes with me? That will be our next show. It will be in April. I'm not sure what the date will be yet, simply because PCA is happening. And not only are we going down for the weekend that PCA is going on, but Bob, that's mine and Bob's anniversary weekend. So we're not selling. You didn't sound very happy.
I was low key, so I didn't talk over you. It's the best 10 years of your life.
Yeah.
You've been married 30 what?
How many?
I'm asking you.
It'll be 34.
34.
34 years.
Best 10 years of your life.
That's right. But anyway, we're gonna celebrate our anniversary then. What are you laughing at?
You agree too dang fast. You should have said it's all my best.
Anyway, so because it's our anniversary weekend, that weekend, we're going to extend celebrating our anniversary into the following week. And so we are trying to plan to see some folks and ride around. Hey,
I'm trying to do a garden in my backyard, and I keep having to come over here to make sure it's okay.
I can't hear you saying either, and I love it.
I can't hear you. I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear you.
You're saying hurry up.
All right.
Longer.
Thank you very much for being here today. I appreciate everyone who sat through our technical difficulties. Thank you, Stephen Chief, for rescuing the show. I appreciate it. So not only are we married because of you, we're on live because of you. All right. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I will catch you next month.
Take us out, Chief.
Yeah, time to relax. Whew, man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.